Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm currently crocheting Hinata and Kageyama, and I already got started on both of their base bodies right here. Because they wear the same outfits, I decided to just go ahead and make them both at once. This is Hinata right here with the toasted almond eyes, and for both of them I gave them the straight kind of eyelids since I think their eyelids are kind of like angled in a way. Just wanted to try out something a little bit different. This is like the less common eyelid that I kind of use, and for Kageyama I used Blue Moon for his eyelids. Gave them both different shoes. Hinata, I'm gonna go ahead and give him the red yarn for the details on the shoes afterwards. But yeah, so far this is the current update for both of them. Very plain, and I attach on the shorts as well. So this is dark denim for the outfit, and then I kind of did the invisible single crochet with orange, and they're currently both bald. So yeah, I'll be back with the next update. Okay, so I'm back with another really quick update. I started working on the side because like the part right here is like supposed to be color changed to orange, and I used all dark denim to create that little really dark navy color since I wanted to do this part separately, and obviously single crocheting or creating the rows, the rectangle right here separately would be too bulky for that. So I went ahead and like tried to cross stitch it. As you can see, it like totally failed miserably, and I think this side I did a little bit better with the cross stitching. I'm not really good at sewing, so of course it's not going to look good, and of course there are little patches in between them, but overall it is flat on the side. And since I'm at it, I want to go ahead and experiment with needle felting. So I have my needle felting here, and I'm thinking about just taking the yarn and just like stabbing it until it becomes like one solid piece, and I'm hoping this goes well because my gosh, I would probably have to start over if I somehow failed at needle stabbing this. Yeah, I'm gonna be back with another update and we'll see if this works or not. Here it is so far. I gave him the collar, which I pretty much just sewed it on. I actually added this little dark denim line right here followed by lace white yarn, so that way it can have like the same stripes on the collar. And I also added this little black knee pad thing, which I just pretty much took black yarn and wrapped it around 3 times and I sewed it on. And that's about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and experiment, see how this goes. Hey guys, welcome back to another quick update on Hinata, or Shoujo, whatever you want to call him. Here's what I did for the body, and this is like slightly different than what I'm used to doing, especially for the clothing area. I'm not even sure how it looks so far, but the front part here is the pants attached, and then I sewed on the number 10 with white yarn, did that for the front, and then I did this for the back side. So for the side, I used needle felt right here, which I stabbed on the body, and I just like simply poked it on regular orange yarn, and then I brushed it out, which creates the little felt. And then I simply stabbed on the felt with my felting needle. And I did that for both sides because I didn't want to color change. So I did this simply as a replacement of buying felt sheets or color changing the yarn. And then after that, I took my lace yarn and then I simply did the outline in white right here to shape the white edged outline, and that's currently what it looks like. Hopefully I'm explaining that right. It's a little bit tough to explain, but hopefully it makes sense. So yeah, I didn't think I did the needle felting as good on his, but I'll show you the other doll how I did his, and currently gave him 2 ears. And after that, I did the hair. Right here, I'm using the hair cap orange, 4 inner rounds, 3 outer rounds, and I use 8 chain strands right here. I'm currently using 8 chains 2 together. And yeah, this is currently what it looks like, and I shall be back with the final update. Okay, so I'm back with another quick update for the hair because I'm actually having a little bit of a hard time with it right now and trying to make like all the little hair spikes. I'm not a fan of making like these type of hair spikes. It's like similar to my Black Clover, Asta doll, or like Naruto. It's really spiky, so you have to make like a ton of pieces and like try to shape them so that way it could look like their hair. And currently he looks like he has a flower on his head or something. Like one of those flower on like the lily pads or something like that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out, but here's what it looks like so far. I'm pretty much placing the 8 chain 2 together along like these spirals and stuff, and I'm just trying to make them like evenly separated and try to make them symmetrical as much as possible. And I feel like I'm failing, but here's what the bottom part looks like so far. A bunch of just 8 chains placed down together. The side looks like, see, I kind of lowered this one strand right here so that way I can cover the bottom part of the neck, or like the head. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I'm gonna change it, but having kind of a tough time figuring this one out. So I'll be right back. Welcome back. This project is finally done. Oh my gosh, I think I spent at least 3 days working on this doll alone, and that is forever. So this video is gonna be coming out a little bit later than expected. This is what Hinata looks like for the final form. So I forgot to add on the little details of the shoes, but like this is the red yarn that I was talking about that I wanted to add. So here is the fire red. I just kind of like made a little X on the side because he has like little X marks. And then on the back side, I pretty much just like kind of like sewed on the little details. Nothing fancy about this, just simply like sew on the little lines and stuff. Hopefully there are some red details on there. So yeah, nothing fancy about that. But like the hair, it looks really interesting. This is the first time I think I've done hair like this. He has really like pointy hair. His hair reminds me of Baruto a lot. It's like really thick spikes and it just like kind of goes outward. So I did change up the shape a bit, and here we have 8 chain 2 together for the middle. I put 3 of 8 chains pretty much like stacked on top of each other. Here's like one that goes down like this, one that goes down like this, and then this one has like a little bit of strand poking out on the side, and the other side is pretty much the same thing. So the back side, I did mention that I added 8 chains along the bottom side to cover up the bottom, and the top part is like something else. Like so here I used several 8 chains 2 together because it's larger strands, so that way you can cover up a lot of the space. And I put here, here, and then also some extra layers for the spots that were missing. Also gave 8 chains 2 together on this side as well. So the front side, I used 3 8 chains 2 together to create this little 3D triangular shape to create the hair strands, because I didn't know any other way of like making it look similar to his hair in the drawing. It's like an 8 chain is like placed down right here, and I have 8 chain placed on this side and on the other side. So for 3 sides, it creates this little triangle, and then I basically just like fluff them up together to create like this pointy pyramid, if that makes sense. So that's how I created that look. It's something different. I'm not sure if I like it, but I think it does the job for now. And yeah, this is a 12 chain 2 together for the middle strand, just because he does have this weird strand that just like pokes out. I don't know, like anime hair is just so weird, you know? It's like there's this like random strand that just like pokes all the way up, so I had to use a 12 chain just because it's taller. And then yeah, here's another pyramid right here, so that's what that looks like. It opens up. I was thinking about gluing it together, but I don't want to waste more glue just to glue it together because it stays in place anyway. And then there's like one more on the back side right here, which I created the little pyramid, and I just like kind of squished it together and it just stays in place, so I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, that's what that looks like. He looks like a freaking dinosaur or something. Like, oh my gosh. The hair is just wild. So yeah, that's what that looks like. The side profile, then the back side. It looks so crazy. Here's the other side. There you have it, the front side. Hinata. I know somebody asked me to do like those Dragon Ball characters because their hair is just insane. Like, oh man. And they're really muscular too. Like, am I supposed to just embroider on the muscles? Here is Kageyama. So far, I simply sewed on with white the number 9 on the front side, and I did the exact same thing on the back, and I sewed that one. For some reason, the number 9 on the back looks worse than the one on the front, but at least the front one looks good, so I'm keeping that one there. And I'm currently starting off his hair with the 8 chain 2 together. His hair cap is black, 4 inner rounds, 3 outer rounds, and I'll be back with the final update. Last update on, what's his name again? Kageyama. Okay, so here it is, his simple hair with the little short strands. So this is the 8 chain 2 together, as I mentioned, and this part here, well actually all of this are in 8 chains, and this is how I kind of line them up right here, right next to the ear. Also gave him ears. Here's the back side. Kept the strands really short, so that way on the front you don't really see the strands below the ears. I really tried to like hide it because he doesn't have visible hair strands right there, so that's really short on the side. And the back just goes down a little bit, so that way he can cover up most of the back part of his head. Here's the other side. Oh yeah, I got like 2 little pins right here that were drying. And there you have it. This is the other side. Here's like the little felt that I was talking about earlier. I think I did a lot better job on this one. And here is Hinata. I don't know if you could tell like the difference, but I think I did it a little bit more evenly and there are less holes. This side is definitely more fuzzier than the other one. I stabbed this one so much that it looks kind of awful. This was my first attempt and this one's my second. So yeah, I think over time I will get a lot better at stabbing felt. Here's the top part. I placed them down this way in opposite directions. I did the same thing with the other side on this half. And the back side, I filled them up in a row. And then I put 2 more strands right here. So yeah, that's what that looks like. There you have it. There you go, very cool. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. Here's what they look like standing up. Obviously, Hinata's gonna be like a lot taller because of his bulky hair. His fiery orange hair. Might make some of the other Haikyuu characters later. Probably gonna be for a while. So for now, I'm pretty happy with these two. I love the way they look. And the whole felt thing is pretty nice. So get to expand on some of the doll patterns. I mean, the characters, their designs, and see what else I can do. If you haven't already, check out my Nikki hair pattern tutorial below if you also want to make your own anime style hairs, and check out my other base bodies on my Ko-fi page. If you like the notes, please feel free to give me a donation on my Ko-fi page, and thank you so much for all the support. I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!